Does your dog's bark drive you a little crazy? Barking mad even? Barking is completely normal dog behaviour. It's one of the ways that your dog has to communicate with you. But having a dog who barks excessively, whether that's at things they can see out the window, at visitors, other dogs, the doorbell, or maybe even a single little noise, sometimes ones you can't even hear, can be really, really frustrating. It can dent your relationship with your dog, create arguments in your family, and even cause rifts with your neighbours. And yet we know having a cool, calm, collected dog and a peaceful household is entirely possible. Welcome to Why Dogs Bark, understanding your dog's woof. The first thing to understand is that barking is your dog's way of communicating in the language they know how to use. It can be easy to think that a barking dog is being disobedient or stubborn, maybe even trying to be dominant, independent even. The good news is that none of these are true. Not at all. Barking is simply a form of communication, a loud one for sure, and sometimes irritating, and one that can be really challenging to live with. We absolutely understand. But before you can help your dog learn that barking isn't always the best or most appropriate choice, you need to know what your dog is trying to communicate with you, and you need to understand what you really do want. Whenever your dog barks, they are experiencing an emotion. That might be fear, it could be excitement, or it may even be frustration. Your dog might bark because they want to play, or because they're worried when left alone, or because they're frustrated at not being able to get that single piece of kibble that rolled in front of you and then right under the sofa. You can't know for sure what emotion your dog is really feeling simply by the fact that they're barking, but you can be certain they aren't in the best emotional space when doing so. Even excitement isn't great in big doses because it fills your dog's stress bucket and it makes a calm mindset much more difficult to embrace. Identifying why your dog is barking will help you to know what to do about it. Is your dog excited? Barking that communicates excitement often happens during play or in high arousal, or when your dog is potentially anticipating something really fun. They might bark to communicate their joy. Maybe they want to run an agility course or hoopers, flyball, or even when you park the car at a very favourite exciting walk location, like the beach. Maybe your dog is frustrated. If your dog is quick to experience fear of missing out when they can't access the things they want, whether that's food or toys, the opportunity to greet other dogs or interaction with you, or anything else that your dog values, that frustration can be expressed through barking. Frustration barking can also happen if your dog is unclear what's expected of them in a particular situation. Is your dog scared maybe? Dogs who are scared of something will typically either choose to get away from that thing or scare it away by barking at it. If your dog is afraid of being left alone, you might also find that they bark when you leave the house or even when you go upstairs and take a shower. Maybe your dog's bored. Dogs who don't have enough mental and physical stimulation can certainly express this by barking too. Is your dog barking to get your attention? Maybe your dog's discovered that they can bark in order to action prompt or to get you to do something. Feed them, open a door, play with them, give them extra fuss. It can be really easy to accidentally reinforce this pattern just to get your dog to be quiet. And if your dog learns that barking for attention works, they're going to do more and, you guessed it, more. If you find yourself faced with a barking struggle, the solution is never to get rid of your dog's ability to communicate. Instead, you need to consider what skills your dog needs to grow and then play games that will help them embrace calmness, grow it in so many directions, deal better with frustration, feel more happy and optimistic about the world, and worry less about novel items in the world. There are so many simple, fun and effective games that you can play with your dog to help them feel less worried about things they currently bark at, to find life less frustrating, and to get better at chilling out and being calm after exciting events where a little bit of barking might be okay. And of course, you need to ensure that you're meeting your dog's needs as well, and we're here to help you. It's also important to limit opportunities that your dog has to practice barking. Just like any habit, the more you do it, the more it becomes second nature. It's exactly the same for dogs. The more your dog barks when they're worried or they're excited or frustrated,